Hi everybody, it's Cindy the Scrapologist. I'm on a roll today. I'm doing a second video on how to make a junk journal from start to finish. So hopefully my energy maintains through this. I really want to get this cover done so that we can start decorating. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to do first. I did not miter my corners really well on this. As you can see, you can see some of the chipboard. I don't really care because I'm going to be putting a metal corner on each end. And that's okay, but I wanted to show you what to do in case you do that. You have these pieces that were left over when we made the cover that are already in the shape of a triangle and already have the heat and bond on the back of them. So you can just take them, and you can also, this is a little trick too if you're making mini albums and you didn't miter correctly. Just take a triangular piece of paper in that case, but for this we're doing canvas. So, and just put them there. And I've got the heat and bond, so iron them on. And you know what? I'm going to do one more down here. No, actually, that's going to be covered. No, I don't need to. Didn't even need to do that one. But yeah, that's just a little trick if you didn't miter and the chipboard is showing and you don't want to put a metal corner on it. Just take a triangular piece of fabric or paper, depending on what your project is using, what you're using in your project, and just put it on. And then when you put something on top of here, you're not even going to see that that's a repair. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do today is I want to cover the inside and get this ready to put all of our goodies in, because that's the fun part. So I'm going to make a very simple closure for this tutorial. Boy, I could do a whole series on closures, and maybe I will someday, but for today I'm just doing the standard seam binding that's been tea stained. This piece is about 23, about 26 inches long. I'm going to put that across there. And then I have a piece of, I've heard people call this eyelash trim. Is that what this is? It makes sense that that's eyelash trim. I'm going to put that in there too. I kind of wanted two opposing looking ribbons to go in here, and this is something that I could stick something on if I end up wanting to decorate this. Okay, so we've got that. The next thing I have is a couple of pieces of cheesecloth, and that measures 2.5 by just a little bit longer than your book, so 2.5 by 9 probably. So you want a little bit sticking out on the top and the bottom. And then I have a piece of fabric, and I'm using this because it's the perfect width and it already has the heat and bond on it. This was a scrap from, let's see, a cover I made recently. I made this cover, and this scrap was left over. It already has the heat and bond on it, so I want to go ahead and use it. So I just need to cut this down, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it across here to reinforce the spine. So let's cut this at a little over 8 1/4 would do. 1, 2, 8 3/8 will be good. Yeah. I don't have 8s on my cutting board. Eight and about 3/8 would be there. And yet another scrap that I can use for a smaller journal, for the spine of a smaller journal. I think the heat and bond will go right through the cheesecloth. Let's try it and see if it does. Leaving it on there a little bit longer than I normally would because it's going through a lot of layers. And I'm pressing the iron up against the chipboard, up against the cover, so we can have a nice crease here. Okay, that worked out. And it actually did not adhere to the spine. It just adhered to the cheesecloth, but that's okay because that gives you kind of a curved edge look. And also, we're going to be sewing the signatures directly through the spine, so that's going to hold this on. So I'm happy with this. Oh, no, didn't quite adhere here. A little more heat. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do, or this is what I like to do at this point because I do have some bulky items in here. This is a little bulky. It's got rope on the inside. So what I want to do is instead of, and also we used a little bit of a thicker canvas the canvas that's in the kit is really super good quality and is a little thicker. So if you just put scrapbook paper or something like that on here, it might tear over time because you've got all these edges and here you see it just kind of bulging over it. We need to address that. And how I like to fix that is just take some heavy duty cardstock. I have craft cardstock here. This is the same type that I use to make some of my mini albums. And we can just put this down on top. This is a little too thick, I think. I think I'm going to have to pull it out. Yep. That's okay. Okay. So I'm just going to cover the inside of the cover pieces. Like so. And then we can do anything. We can decorate these, we can put a pocket on, we can stamp on them, grunge them, whatever you want to do. But this is just the base for the inside. We can put pretty marbled end papers, whatever. It'll make the base nice so that we don't have any creases or tearing. I'm using double-sided tape, but you can use glue or whatever is the medium of your choice. Always remember to put one down the center too, because otherwise, I always put it at a diagonal, otherwise you could get some bubbling under there. A lot of my albums are a combination of bookmaking, mini albums, and junk journals. I take a lot of the techniques that I've learned in all of those crafts. Make sure you pull your, I'm actually, you can't see, but I'm holding the ribbon down here with my stomach against the against the table, and then I'm pulling this taut before I put this down. So pull your ribbon nice and tight. I woke up this morning feeling like I'm coming down with something, so just in case, I decided to do a couple of videos today so that if you guys are following along, you don't get too far behind. We don't get too far behind, I should say. I don't want this to drag out for months and months and months, and I want you to be able to finish your project soon before you get tired of it. We probably will put a nice pocket on the front of some sort, maybe a library card pocket or something like that. I like pockets on the inside front cover. Good place to stick things if you're using it as a journal. There. Okay. So there's what we have so far. I'm very happy with it. Now we can take all of the goodies that we've been making and start putting our pages together. I'm not going to sew them today, but let's just take the pages. We've made a lot of stuff. We've got this plus, boy, that doesn't even count all the tags we've made and other sewn pages, and still have this much left in the kit to use and play with. So I'm just really happy with this kit. I hope you are too. All right. And plus you get an envelope in the kit too, so I'm going to put that in the pile. What I like to do when I'm putting mine together is make piles of like things. So we made these bags in one video. How fun. Tea stain paper just goes in one pile. We made these file folders. Oh, I was going to put a watch thing on there. I mean, the clock hands. This is my favorite one. I love this. Love this. So those go with the bags because they're kind of different. Then we've got all the scrapbook paper that came in the kit, along with we made some of these envelopes. I'll put that over with the scrapbook paper. Coffee stain paper was up in that pile. And this will go in with the coffee stain paper. Scrapbook paper, envelope. Anything else that we want to put in here? I think that's it for now. So what I like to do is, let me zoom out a little bit. My piles are getting cut off. Okay. It didn't zoom out. Sorry. I like to do 3 signatures for this size spine, which is 1 1/4 inch. I like to do 3 signatures, and each signature has about 30 pages in it. So I don't know if I have enough paper here. I might have to go get some stuff out of my stash. If you have enough, certainly, to do 2 signatures in the kit. But I want to do 3. I'm going to be greedy. So the first thing I do is I pick 3 front pages. I'm going to have 3 signatures. I want this as a front. And I'll take one with a ribbon as a front. And I really like this, the way this coffee stain paper came out. I'll have that be a front piece too, maybe. Let's see. What else? Didn't we? I thought we took one of the envelopes and put it on a piece of coffee stained paper. Didn't we? I want that on the front. Where is it? Well, maybe we didn't. Maybe that was I'm doing so many projects right now. I thought we took one of these and put it on a piece of coffee stained paper, but we didn't. We can always do it. Can always do it after we get the papers in the book. Okay, and I like that actually. So that's going to be a front piece too. So I have here are the front pages of my Now maybe this one of my 3 signatures. And let's go ahead and start filling them. So I just kind of randomly take from each pile. I also have some ledger paper that I'll probably put in here later, because I didn't cut it up. This piece of scrapbook paper. Here's one with a, love the way this turned out. Little tuck spot. We'll put that in here. We'll save the other one for another signature. Another couple of pieces of coffee stain paper. We'll take one of our bags and put it in there. Here's one with a doily. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 pieces. Ooh, that's loud. Here's another piece of paper that's in the kit. Everybody has, I think this is an 8x8. I'm going to put that in the center. I like this because it says, "A hunch is creativity trying to tell you something." We'll put that in there. Okay, and I'll probably keep going with this, and I need to go get some more coffee stain paper and probably some more scrapbook paper in order to make 3 signatures. But that's basically what I do, is I find the pages that I want on the front of each of my signatures, and then I just start stuffing them randomly from the piles. Then when I'm done, I'll just go through and say, oh, that doesn't really look good there, and do a little bit of switching around, but usually it just works out because that's the nature of a junk journal. It doesn't have to be all matchy-matchy, right? Okay, so if you wanna keep up, follow along, I would suggest that this is the next step you do. Take all of your papers, go get some extras from your scrapbook pile, make some coffee stain paper if you don't have enough, and put them all into signatures, either 2 or 3. I'm going to do the tutorial for 3 signatures. Put them into signatures, and then the next time we get together, we will sew these in. And then we can start decorating the inside, and then we'll decorate the cover. So it's going to be a fantastic journal. That's another reason why I'm so anxious to get this done, because I want to use it or sell it or something. I don't know. I just want to see it because it's going to be cool. So there you go. That's the next step. That's just a quick video on that. I feel it would be boring for you to sit here and watch me just stuff my papers together. You get the idea. And great. We're really making progress today. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.